finally done with this series. Not looking back. Not even a little bit. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am Anastasia the Black Bookworm. Thank you so much for being here. And today, if you cannot tell, or if you are new here, you don't know that we are doing something a little bit different because I'm actually going somewhere that's not just like the grocery store or my in-laws, and that is very rare. So we're getting ready. And I figured we could do a little get ready with me while I chat about the finish line. Oh my God, I don't even think I said thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. I sincerely appreciate it. Y'all, I'm just gonna preface this with my makeup routine is mine and it's not here for criticism. We're just doing our best. So yeah, we're just doing our best. And you know, if you see something that you're like, hey, Anastasia, that was completely 100% wrong. I am open to nice people with good intentions trying to help. I'll put it like that. If you have not already, please subscribe and turn on post notifications. That would be sincerely appreciated. And without further ado, let's get into this reaction to the finish line. If you are new here, I have been reading the Ravenhood trilogy by Kate Stewart. I've been buddy reading it with Jasmine. I will put her IG up right here, right now. We've been reading the whole series and it has been so much fun. I've had an insanely good time. With that being said, I guess I'll tell you about like the books. So The Finish Line is the last book in the trilogy. It is dual POV, which you don't get that in the first two books. The first two books are just Cecilia's point of view, and I sincerely appreciate getting Tobias's point of view because Cecilia is not, to me, Cecilia is not a likable main character. She 100% got on my nerves. And I know in my previous video when I talked about Exodus, I was like, maybe my opinion of her will change, and maybe it's just like, you know, with these books, I just am not my opinion didn't change it. In fact, just I felt it deeper to a higher degree that I just do not care for her. But like I said, this book is dual POV, and it's mainly like a book about Tobias's past and history and his life and why he is the way he is. And it further explains why he created Exodus, which is the name of his company, and why he wanted to help people and take down corporations that were robbing from employees and all that other kind of stuff. And so I think it was a really good idea to get his backstory. I think it was done really well. My biggest issue with this book is Cecilia, which is very unfortunate because like I said in my Exodus video, there are main characters, female main characters that I like and admire and I look up to, and I understand their motives for why they do what they do. I don't understand anything Cecilia does. Nothing that she did made sense to me at all. And it wasn't even that it was like something that I just disagreed with, but I understood. I didn't understand. Huh? Sorry, I heard something. I didn't understand why she did any of the things that she did. Did not understand it at all. Now, this book is a lot of time jumping, but not really because it's done in a good way. You jump from the past to the present, but every time you go to the past, it's like chronological. So it starts when he's 11 and his parents have just been killed, and then you go back to the present, and then it goes back to the past and he's like 14 or something like that, or 16, and then goes back to the present, and then he's 18, and then present 20 or 21 or whatever. So that part made sense. Now, this is going to be I'm trying to do no spoilers. I'm trying my hardest, but y'all know that is hard for a gal like me who just thinks every detail is important. The book starts with Tobias coming back to beg Cecilia to take her back. It's been 8 months since they've last seen each other, and he is very much like, I'm done. I've tied on my loose ends. I'm just gonna be there for you. I don't want anything else. I just want to be there for you. I just want to be with you. I don't care what that looks like. I don't care if that's different than the life that I've been leading for the past 2 decades, pretty much. How old is he? 37, 17. Like 2.5 decades, Jesus. Like most of his life he's been just planning for this. And now the issue that I had with Exodus is that the way that it ended seemed very much like abrupt and there was no groveling, and I was like, I'm not a fan. I wish she would make him work for it. And boy, did she. Now that, when Cecilia made him work, I was like, okay, I can rock with this, because she was in Triple Falls looking the fool in Exodus, looking crazy. I was like, girl, stand up.
Stand up! Stand up!
Like, you begging this man to be with you, and if you don't want, you leave. Like, leave. And she finally did. She finally got her life together, and it's not just like a man. Once you get your life together, he's like, all right, let me come back. Let me come back knocking. It's like they got a sixth sense. But, like I said, Cecilia made him work and put him through it. Like, wore flannel pajamas, would not really entertain his conversations. She just straight up told him, like, bro, I don't trust you. You've been lying to me. And for what? And like, you learn that she took the time, I think you learned this in Exodus, that she took the time to like make herself stronger, just because when the war happened in the first book, she was just so weak and paralyzed with fear, and she just was like, I'll never be that way again. Which, kudos. But Cecilia is not a character that I trust to actually make that transformation, like behind the scenes, and then you just want me to believe it. I don't see that for her. Not even a little bit. And so the fact that that's what happened, I was like, oh, Miss Stewart, you're putting a lot of faith in this character. Well, you're putting a lot of faith in me that I have faith in this character. And I will tell you, I will be 110% honest. I ain't got no faith in her. She talking about how she's all tough and big and bad and knows how to shoot and yada, yada, yada. I don't believe it. I need to see it. Because that was not believable to me. Not in the slightest. Now, her dynamic with Tobias, 100% believable. And it was really nice to see her, like, because in the second book you see that she's like this corporate giant that like is doing the same thing that Tobias does, but like in her own way, where she's just taking down all these other corporate giants and like just trying to do stuff for the little guy, which was nice. It was cute or whatever, but like I said, it was not believable to me that she could just be this character that could, I don't know, that just could just be a boss. And I hate that. I hate that I'm sitting here like doubting her, but it was just not believable, not in the slightest. And when I was buddy reading, I was like, oh, do you feel this? And Jasmine was like, yeah, I agree. So, look, at least I wasn't alone. Now, were my predictions correct for this book? Where it'd be a lot of like, we get to see how the relationship comes together? Yes, I did like that, because like I said, this is a character, Cecilia is a character that I don't understand what her appeal is. And so seeing them actually get together was something that I needed. Because just from her perspective, watching all these men fall in love with her, I was like, I don't get it. This will make no sense to me. Ooh, girl. Sorry, y'all. That bottom. Bottom line would be tricky. It'd be tricky. Overall issues with the book. I said this on TikTok, but I'll say it here as well. I think this idea was phenomenal. I just wish somebody else would have fleshed it out. I am not a fan of Kate Stewart's writing. And this is not me trying to be like shady or mean or anything, because that's the last thing that I would want to do. Especially because she's worked so hard to write these books. And like I said, I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the plot. I liked reading it with Jasmine. I gave this book 3.5 stars solely off the strength of Tobias. Just because I like him as a character. Now, in the book, you get, like, the third act conflict is external, which I appreciate. It's not anything that's like, oh my gosh, it's just we're dealing with a breakup and because we can't communicate. It wasn't that. It was something that was like, oh no, it all comes down to this. This is what's been all Tobias's decisions and all of Cecilia's decisions have led up to. Ooh, girl, we are concentrating. So when that part happened and that war took place and Tobias was driving that car, ooh, y'all, that was my part. He was whipping that thing and I loved it. Now, the part where they got inside the house and everything was explained as to why it happened the way it happened. This is me doing no spoilers, so if you read the book, you know what I'm talking about. You know who was responsible for getting all them people there and how everybody was just on board with it. I was like, this don't make no sense, because you literally could have killed everybody to prove a point. And this was not the way to do it. And I'm supposed to just believe that you're smart enough to do this and you're... No. Oh, that was such a waste. What a waste. Chapter 41 just took all the stars that I have for the book and just was like, nope. That high rating that you want to give me? Nope. Not happening. I was just like, well, shucks. This is sad because I actually was liking what's happening. Now, out of the series, I think this was my favorite. Because I like Tobias. Tobias is such a likable character, so him getting his own book and explaining his life, it was easy to enjoy it. Would I recommend the series overall? If you're not buddy reading it, I would not recommend it. If you are buddy reading it, then yeah, go for it. I don't think that's something that you should read alone. I think that if you're gonna go through that with somebody else. So it's like worth it. All right, y'all, I'm gonna do my hair off camera, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna wrap up this little discussion because I am struggling to think and multitask and talk to y'all, so we'll be back. Oh Lord, I forgot to put my motion. I said I would do that and then I'll get on my brain. I almost forgot to mention that Christy is a real one. Christy is a real one. I think she deserves a better friend than Cecilia. And I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on that because I just think Christy deserves better. Anywho, if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. Thank you so much for being here. We'll get a thumbnail and get out of here. Finally done with this series. Not looking back. Not even a little bit. That should do it. I don't know if I'll ever do Get Ready With Me because my train of thought and trying to do this at the same time was hard because this is not second nature. This takes effort and concentration. So I don't know if we'll do that again. But yeah, we are done. We're getting out of here. We're leaving the house. Bye.